Hello everyone. This video is going to be way different than every other video I made. This video doesn't have any script. It has bullet points. Every video I've recorded has like a word-by-word script that I read. I rarely improv, and if I do, it's typically I improv it and then I mess it up somehow, or I just don't like my delivery, and then I go back to type it all out so I can just read it. You're going to quickly find out why I write scripts word by word. I tend to have to stop to think about what I'm talking about. I tend to misspeak a bunch, and then I tried to say 12 things at once because I'm trying to shotgun all my thoughts out. It's weird. But this video, don't expect it to be highly edited like all my other stuff. It's just gonna have gameplay in the background to keep your eyes busy, and then just me talking. I don't know how many cuts I'm gonna add. You're gonna hear me breathe in and think about what I'm gonna say next, and also my lip smacks. I'm sorry. It's this mic I have picks up everything. I'll record stuff and the car outside can be heard, the dog barking outside can be heard, helicopters flying above my house can be heard. But I wanted to record this video because I just wanted to be very transparent. I wanted the video to be easy to make, and just me talking to you guys. It's not going to be good for the algorithm, but I don't really care. Which I think any business person would tell me to not make this video because A, there isn't really a lot of content to be made out of this. People aren't really going to be, watching this video years down the line, or people that come across this video that are not even into Brawlhalla is gonna they're not gonna want to watch this. I don't care though, because I really wanted to make this video. And I say that because I really thought the last video I made, Everything I Hate About Brawlhalla, I'm just gonna call it Hate Brawlhalla just for short because the original title is such a mouthful. The Hate Brawlhalla video I performed way better than I thought. I thought I had the YouTube game understood. I thought I knew most of almost everything. I thought, you be consistent, and if you're consistent with not only your uploads but the performance on uploads, your next video has a high likelihood of doing good. The last video I edited that was fully edited and made for quality and to look good and for people to watch for entertainment was the 15 minutes of useless information video. That was over a year ago, which is crazy to me that it's been so long. There were two videos I posted in between that one and the Hate Brawlhalla one, which was it was me doing the bomb catch record, which funny enough, the backstory to that one was me and Rec were yo, we should take over some Brawlhalla speedrun category just for fun. And we did the bomb catch record, in which I kept grinding it, and I got a simple 27 at first, which beat the record at the time. And then I got to 98 one time, and then I kind of kept going. Then the other one was this sandstorm video where I was just scrolling around in the Brawlhalla Discord and came across a pinned message about this person jokingly talking about Sandstorm because Marky Moo was coming up. He also played Fenrir Mordex, and they just wrote this entire goofy essay. It was this user named Kara. They wrote some funny stuff. They even watched it, and they liked it. They seemed to really like it. But I wouldn't really consider those videos, if I were to show somebody my catalog of videos of what I've made, I wouldn't show them those two videos. Those videos performed a lot better than I thought they would. The bomb catch record video got 2,000 views, which is wow, that's pretty good for being such a silly video. So releasing this next video, the Hate Brawlhalla video, I thought it wasn't gonna do good, but for some reason it did. It's my most popular video ever. It has, I think right now, 85,000 views, if not, I think 83,000, which is a ton. I'm surprised I was able to make a video that did that good. I thought it was gonna start slow and then slowly build up. But I am so glad that is my most popular video because holy crap. For the longest time, my most popular video was the 10 minutes of useless information. That was that had the most, that video was weird because when I posted it, did like my average views. It did like 100 views, and I was like, okay, that's not bad. Let's let me try again. And for some reason, when I was working on the second video, it just exploded in views and got like 6,000, I think, and eventually hit 10,000. And as I kept making videos, that one kept getting viewed, and that one, it was at like 60,000. I think now it's at 70,000. And I was like, okay, I can't seem to beat this video. And it's because it's old. It hit like a niche at the right time, I guess. And I just thought I was never going to be able to beat it. As time went on, I thought maybe some video was going to beat it. I forget what was, here, I can check right now, actually. The video I thought that might be able to beat it was like the free Brawlhalla items are cool and all, but the video, that one was doing pretty good. But then for some reason, people started to watch the rarest Brawlhalla cosmetics video a lot. That one's probably because it has the trivia, it's an hour long, it's perfect like second monitor content, which by the way, if you're watching this video, put this on like your second monitor, do something, because like there's not really a lot to watch. By the way, the Hate Brawlhalla video has 86,000 views. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk about that video when it's relevant. Let's probably talk about what the actual video is about, which is I want to leave Brawlhalla. Now you could probably figure that from the title and the dramatic thumbnail, which I had to commission. I really wanted to make the thumbnail on my own, but I couldn't. I think I gave up too fast. So I called in Matt. He's able to make insane Brawlhalla renders with the poses and whatnot. And I just requested like, yo, can you give me like 2 renders of my 2 setups? And he said, sure. Yeah, when I came back to Brawlhalla after I left for the first time, it was like 2024, and I thought BCX 2024 was going to be my last hurrah, but playing in it gave me a huge boost of inspiration. That and like all the reveals and whatnot, like the guilds update, all of that, you know? So I kept playing, but as I said in the Hate Brawlhalla video, I came back but less involved. I was like hooked on Brawlhalla. I like played every update, you know? I was hyped for like every new legend. I was grinding like ranked for like glory and trying to break my peak. I was going for like every viewership reward. I was trying to grab every event item. And as time went on, I just kind of stopped doing that stuff. So when I went back to Brawlhalla, I was playing ranked, but like, that was it. I wasn't like going for anything else. I didn't really care about missing a title or, you know, missing viewership rewards anymore. And that kind of made me sad because it was fun to be so like obsessed with the game. I love obsessing over a single game. It's so much fun, but I haven't done that in years. I'll be straight up with you. A game hasn't really taken my interest just yet. There's been a few, and there might be one now, but I don't want to say it just yet because I feel like if I say it, I'm gonna sound really stupid when I quit it. Brawlhalla, as time has gone on, has made me less and less happy. Even in the intro in the Hate Brawlhalla video, it's like the things I left for still remain in the game, and all of those reasons I gave in that video are a lot of the reasons why I want to quit. You know, there are just some elements I find very stupid that we can't fix, and like things are kind of moving in the wrong direction. The pricing, the game is feeling more and more live service because now we're just kind of following every other trend. FOMO event, bundles, every update's just kind of cosmetic based. I don't really like it. It's not really fun, and I don't really feel engaged into the game, and it just isn't fulfilling. The game, I don't know, like gameplay wise, there is such like bullcrap, I'd say. It's just, there's just so much stupid stuff that like I can't take the game serious. 1v1s have been so slow. I made this image on Twitter, like I drew it up super fast. That's what every game felt like. And it's weird because for the longest time, people called me passive, and like anytime I ran into anybody, it's like, dude, you're so slow, you're so passive, you don't approach at all. And that kind of lingered in my head because being passive is boring, and I didn't want to be a boring player. And it still messes with me today because I try to play aggressive, and if I feel like I'm playing too passive, I sort of trick my mind. So I do like dumb stuff and I approach, and at the worst times because I don't want to be deemed passive. But I get kind of upset because the way you play Brawlhalla, at least 1v1s, is you play passive. You don't like you wait for your opponents and you wait. That's how you win. And it sucks. I find it really boring. People triple jump. It's a lot of stalling. You wait on the wall. You wait for the guy to approach. You weapon throw to approach. I can't take it serious. And same thing for like 2v2s. 2v2s has got to be the most chaotic, stupid mode ever. People do stuff on accident. When someone whiffs a move, you gotta wait for the other guy to whiff a move. But then if you go to punish that, you might get punished by the other guy because now he's out of his whiff. I can't take 2v2s serious. I hate 2v2s a lot. No, I like it because the dopamine of hitting team combos, positioning, I get it. It's not stupid. There's a lot of sense into it. If anything, it's way more complicated than 1v1s. But I just can't see it that way. I can't deem it that way. I find it very stupid. And so if I don't like 1v1s, and I don't like 2v2s, and they got rid of seasonal ranked mode, and nobody plays 3v3s, why am I playing Brawlhalla? And I question that a lot. So I've always kind of had in the back of my mind, okay, I'm gonna quit. I'm done with the game. But now I'm like really done. The game doesn't bring me any joy. And if I'm having fun for like 30 minutes, typically the 40th minute brings me out of it. I'm like, okay, this is stupid. I'm done. And it's hard to take serious. Not only gameplay wise, but like there's nothing to earn. It feels like I've earned everything, and all the FOMO event center stuff is kind of stupid because it's a bunch of emoji skins I don't like. I've made it super clear throughout my entire channel. I don't like emoji skins. They've sort of grown on me a little bit. Some are goofy, like the Magyar one where he's like shrugging. I find that one hilarious. That's my favorite one. But it's like I think it's really stupid. I just think they're dumb. These little emoticon. I hate emojis. Okay, don't use no emojis on me. I hate when people are like tweeting stuff and it's just like, look out for the new thing I'm gonna post. The eyeballs emoji. I hate that. Don't like say something like half jokingly like, oh, if only you could see me when I'm like drunk, and then you put the laughing emoji. I'm not laughing. In fact, I hate you now. And that's what those emojis remind me of. If somebody sits there and goes BRB with the emojis, dude, I don't know why. They're just so corny to me. And now there's emoji skins of them. And dude, some of them I hate. Some of them look so rushed. I don't like the Rayman wave. That one looks ugly. I don't like the Fate like ranked reward one. That one looks alien. There are just some stupid looking ones, but some of them are kind of good. Like the Halloween ones, the more recent ones, they've been good. Don't get me started on the spring emoji skins. Those suck. Okay, those look like assets I made for like Pavelski's videos where like you just grab the legend's head and then you grab their hand. Don't try to sell me that. I'm not buying that. That's so lazy. The emoji skins, some of them had charm. Like there's a really good one. The like Scarlet BRB one for Halloween. I love that one. That one is so like eye-pleasing. That one's adorable. But there are just some I don't like. And yeah, the game just isn't fun. But also, the YouTube game isn't really fun. There's not a lot of competition. The bar for YouTube editing has been set pretty low. In fact, that's been something that's hit my mind. Let me get a little bit more comfortable. A lot of people have complimented my editing, in which thank you so much. I think out of all like the skills I have, editing is definitely my strongest suit. However, I've also thought about like, do people think my editing is so good because other Brawlhalla editors are a bit weak? I hate to say that because it sounds like I'm really like, shooting everyone's work down, but you gotta think about it. There's not really a lot of editors in Brawlhalla. The really good ones kind of left. And the ones we have, they're not bad, it's just no one's really pushing the bar, no one's really trying to do anything new. The only person I deem worthy competition was like Pepino. That guy, he had a skill I could not replicate. I could do a lot of things with like Brawlhalla stuff because I could like go in the files and like rip whatever and whatnot. But that guy could move the legends around and animate them. I didn't know how to do that. I tried. That guy would always be ahead of me. I would never be able to beat that guy. There are some like good candidates for good Brawlhalla editors. There were some really good Brawlhalla editors, but a lot of them have left, and it was like a lot of the people that did like montages for the game. Very old school Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla definitely isn't the same on YouTube. Nobody really cares about the game as much as they used to, because Brawlhalla is a massive game. It has like 30,000 players on Steam alone, in which you have to multiply that by like 2. Or no, it doesn't have 30,000, it has like 15,000. You gotta multiply it by 2, in which, because, you know, PlayStation's their largest platform, so you have 30,000, and then that's not including the other platforms. Let's just, like, assume they have like 5,000. So there's like 50,000 people playing Brawlhalla at once, which, that's an insane degree. That's a huge number. Insane degree, that's definitely not the right word. For a game that is worked on by 50 people, and it's pretty, like, it's technically indie, I guess, that's really good. However, the quality of the game doesn't match with how many people there is. The game kind of lacks a polish, but back then, people didn't care. People played and watched Brawlhalla. The numbers were massive. You got like 100,000 views consistently, no matter the quality of the video. Sandstorm, that guy could have made so much money if he just farmed content. He got so many views. Dude, Sandstorm and Boomy, like Sandstorm could like boot up whatever. Hey guys, it's Storm. Today, we're gonna play the Mirage. Let's see if we can get anything crazy. And him just playing was like, I don't know, people were fascinated by Sandstorm. And don't get me wrong, Sandstorm was really good. But like, people loved Sandstorm. He was way ahead of the game. And I loved Sandstorm too. I remember I would watch Boomy and Sandstorm play 2v2s. That was my favorite piece of Brawlhalla content back then, because they were just so good. They knew how to, they were the best in the world. They were so entertaining, and like the craziest part was, like, they were just homies. They were just friends, and they'd say the stupidest stuff, and they'd joke around while kicking everyone's butt. It was so entertaining. That and Darkghoul. Dude, Darkghoul was the Darkghoul was the funniest. But Brawlhalla isn't really like that anymore. Nobody really cares about the game like they used to. A lot of like esport orgs entered Brawlhalla. Like you could find like a bunch of their avatars. There were a bunch of like LANs and in-person events. Everything felt more personalized, and it felt like Brawlhalla more than it does now. Now it feels like Ubisoft's other live service game, and it's probably the biggest like fighting game in terms of consistency, because it's always been big, and it's never really lost that size, because even once it did, it's still like 50,000 players today. For what the game is doing, that is insane. I'm surprised like it's still being played, but like I can't really say much because I've been playing it this entire time. But because of that, the YouTube game isn't really fulfilling. Not a lot of people are watching, and even if you do really good, the number you're gonna get, like, I don't know, I sound a little bit spoiled, I guess. Don't get me wrong, I am grateful for the views I've gotten. 86,000 views is an insane number to me. But even if I were to put, like, my heart and soul and, like, all of it, which I have, but, like, let's say, really put my nose to the grind, okay? An hour-long, fully edited video talking about, like, somebody's story or whatever. I feel like even if that video was, like, the perfect Brawlhalla video, it'd get 200,000 views. Now, that's a lot of views, but say you were to make it on a different video, or, like, a different game. Say you were to talk about, like, some popular game, okay? You would get 2 million views. And I always feel like I was being undersold, and like my work wasn't truly being appreciated. Now, don't get me wrong, it's been appreciated, and I thank you guys because it's been super nice, but my most successful work has been on Pavelski's channel. There's a video where he played a tournament. Funny enough, it was the second video I ever edited for Pavelski, and dude, I can't believe it. He handed me a tournament video for his second video, which, if you don't know anything about like Pavelski's videos, the tournament videos are like an hour long, sometimes even longer. The longest we've ever gotten was like 2 hours. Crazy to edit. So the second video he hands me is a tournament video. That video is at 1 million views, and it took forever to get there. Don't get me wrong, the video exploded. It came off the gate, or it hit the, I don't know the word. Okay, it got uploaded, it got like 500,000 views pretty fast, and then it's been slowly climbing, which that's insane for a Brawlhalla video. And it's now his second most popular video. Now, I don't know if I'm being like picky and maybe a little bit like, I don't know, like I guess spoiled. But like, I don't feel like Brawlhalla is appreciated enough. Well, okay, it doesn't have enough like eyes on it. The game is massive, but the community and people that want to truly involve themselves inside Brawlhalla is small. And it's because no one can really take the game serious for one reason or another. In my opinion, I think it's because it's the lack of lack of polish, and it's just too life service to be treated as like a game. It's a life service game. It's not really anything new. And it kind of sucks that I'm leaving the game because there was like a bunch of things I wanted to do with videos. I wanted to do another Valentine's Day video, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't fully blame you. Out of like the small catalog of videos I have, the least popular ones are the Valentine's Day videos. They don't have like any views compared to the popular ones. And it sucks because those are kind of fun to do. The first one was super fun to do because I got to like draw, and it was just like really dumb because they released that bouquet emote, which still my favorite emote. Okay, second favorite emote in the game, the nap time emote. Or like this emote where you sleep. I love that one. That one is so goofy. But like, because even though those videos are like not as popular, I had 2 people come and tell me those were their favorite videos, which I was like, really? Because I mean, numbers wise, I wouldn't believe that. And I wanted to make a third one because I felt like I could do a lot better than what I have. The first one was fun, it was charming, but it was old. The second one was rushed, and I didn't really like what I made. The third one could have been so much more. I could have been fully like Corn Lord, what a oversold it. I was on PC. I could mod the game. I was gonna mod suits on my Plague Knight fit, but also maybe my Raptor too. Some other videos I wanted to do was I definitely wanted to remake the rare Brawlhalla item video because I love rare items. I love talking about stuff like that and just like looking into it. It's so interesting. And Brawlhalla has like a large catalog of items and a good history, just talking about them. And I kind of wish, I could go back and finish that, but I really, listen, my love for I don't hate Brawlhalla completely. The things I appreciate it, there's some, but my hate for I don't want to say hate. My dislike for the game outweighs, the cons of the game outweigh the pros in my opinion, and so it's not worth it to go back and make that video. I want to move on. There was gonna be some other videos I made too. There was actually this really old concept I had when Battle Boots was coming out. I really liked the look of Battle Boots. I thought that was like the coolest weapon at the time, and I think if I didn't play Caspian, I'd be maining Boots because holy crap, that weapon is so much fun. I was going to make a montage called like Battle Jays. I don't know how corny that is, but it was gonna be like a full I had a song picked out and everything. I had ideas, and it was gonna be a full montage of just Battle Boots clips. And I thought it was gonna be sick because, I felt like with the techniques I learned with editing, I could make a good montage. But I never did that. I don't know. I couldn't really grab any clips. I wasn't bad at the game, but I definitely wasn't the most flashy player. So I could never grab that. That and Tesca wasn't the Boots legend I was imagining. I was imagining more like a cool character. And like, Tesca's, in my opinion, he's not the coolest legend. He's just a wrestler. He's a hard-hitting grappler, and that's it. Thea came out. I thought she was going to be the cool character, and Thea's cool, but gameplay-wise, she's weird, bro. She's just so weird. That, and I don't really play Lance. Raptor came out. He was the character I was thinking. The cool, sleek Raptor was so cool, and he's now my second main. I love Red Raptor. He is literally, dude, he's so cool. He's my favorite legend in the base cast, definitely. Why did I say it like that? Definitely my favorite legend in the cast. And I'm not counting Plague Knight. Plague Knight's not no Brawlhalla legend. Plague Knight's he's a Shovel Knight character. Even then, I kind of like Caspian, but dude, Red Raptor's so much cooler. And it kind of sucks because during my absence, I started to pick up Raptor, and some of those videos, those earlier videos, I think like the SpongeBob one, you could actually see me playing Raptor in 1v1s, and my setup for my Raptor changed over time. But eventually, I landed on the Emerald Raptor Synthwave, the Synthwave Emerald Raptor. I don't know why I said it twice. And I really like that fit. And I kind of wish I got to represent it within the videos, because it's like my Plague Knight. It's no one else really uses it. So if like you were to see it in like the wild, you could probably assume who's using it. It's me. My mascot, Foodle, the little like plague doctor dude. Some people still call it Plague Knight, but it's not Plague Knight. It's kind of evolved into its own thing. Foodle, he's just a plague doctor that wears a hood. Other than that, he's tiny. He's his own character now. Plague Knight, he's not a little I mean, he's little, but he's not like a dapper person. He wears a cloak. I just slapped him in red. And my Raptor might have actually became that. He might have actually became his own character, but I didn't get to return soon enough to really do that, which kind of sucks because I really liked my Raptor fit. So he's just sort of a potential setup character. He's not really a character anymore. What am I saying? On the terms of the content game, there was talks of being a partnered creator, in which in my friend group, the fellas, if you don't know, there is another content creator in that friend group, Beanman, in which I guess it'd be cool to talk about. Me and Beanman became friends in like the silliest way, because the way Beanman got added to the fellas was he was Glocky's teammate, which Glocky being another fella. Glocky needed a teammate and he teamed with Beanman. He invited B-Man to the group, and it was surprising because, I mean, no slack to the dude, but Glocky's friends have always just been so obnoxious. Like, they've just been way too much. Like, they just, I don't know, they're loud, they have terrible senses of humor, they're just not good people. There was one person, his name was Boogflom. Boogflom was really chill. I messed with Boogflom. But B-Man was like a breath of fresh air, because the dude was like really laid back, and for how young B-Man is, that guy's so chill. He is so chill for being so young, because when I was younger, definitely not. I was not that laid back. At least I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, so we started talking because of Glocky, and so he just sort of became more of a fella. And we went to BCX and we met up with him. We talked to B-Man. He kicked it with us. You know, we were just kind of kicking it. And funny enough, we went to this breakfast place. I forgot what it was called. It was next to the venue and next to our hotel, so we went to it like every morning. And one breakfast morning, we were just eating our stuff, and B-Man was sitting next to me. He showed me on his phone. He's like, "Yo, man, can I show you a bit of my video?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And it was the Thatch video, the only projectile in Brawlhalla. And he was also talking about like, "Yo, I hope it's not a problem, but I used your like weapon background." I'm like, "Oh no, go ahead," because on Twitter, I claimed I was done with Brawlhalla, and I gave out some of my assets. One of those being the weapon scrolling asset, and B-Man used it. And it's weird because like a good amount of people said they were going to use it. Swerve said he was going to use it. Mistakes said he was going to use it. Someone else said he was going to use it. I forgot. Sorry, there was like 5 people. And nobody used it but B-Man. So now it's not my scrolling weapon, the weapon icon scrolling background. It's now B-Man's. And when I came back to edit, the Hate Brawlhalla video, I didn't want to use the scrolling background because I felt like people probably recognize B-Man for using it rather than me. And I'm surprised I haven't seen anyone talk about it, because it was in all of my videos, and now it's in B-Man's videos, and it's even in some of Pavelski's videos. What do people think it is? Do people just think it's like a global asset people use? Because I made that. I had that idea, and I'm really proud of that idea, to be honest. I just wonder how people think of the asset, because I haven't seen anyone talk about it, surprisingly. So it was now B-Man's asset. And I felt bad if I also used it, so I made a different asset where it's like scrolling hexagons, because I like hexagons, and then I made it like different. I kind of like the white backgrounds, which I know why people don't do them, just because like, it's blinding and whatnot compared to the dark background. But I don't know, there's something just so clean about like the white background and then sort of having everything very colorful. I really like that aesthetic. And it's funny because I didn't really use that background a ton. I used like the reflection ground thing, which super proud of that idea. I really like that aesthetic. Funny enough, I got that idea from a Friday Night Funkin' mod. I'm not gonna say which one. To be honest, no one's probably gonna figure out which one. If you do, I'll tell you. If you figure it out, I'll tell you if you're correct. But if you're not correct, I'm not saying a word to you. But yeah, I had to make my own asset because, got the hexagons now. Didn't want to, rip from B-Man again. Back to the original topic. In the friend group, we, me and B-Man are like the only two that kind of like make content for the game. And so sometimes we talk about partnered creator and whatnot. And he's like, yo, are you going to get partnered creator? And I'm like, probably not. He's like, why not? And because I want to leave the game and I didn't want to like get partner creator and then have it, do all that and then leave the game. There's that. And I didn't really have any recent content to show off. I didn't know what to show them. And even if I uploaded my most recent video with the intention of continuing, do you think they'd look at that video and be like, sure, be a partnered creator? They're going to advertise why I think the game, sucks. And like, I hate saying that because that's not what I'm saying. Brawlhalla is like a 6.5 out of 10 for me. The game is good. It's not great, but like, they probably don't want to advertise a video like that. I mean, come on. But like, B-Man was so confused. In fact, I don't even think it was just B-Man. I think B-Man was really understanding. It was like, nah, that makes sense. But a lot of other people, they sort of talked to me about it. I think Skisex did and some other people did. And they were just like, why not, bro? Come on. Like, you could totally get it. And I was just like, dude, I'm not gonna be playing this game for that much longer. I'm not gonna be a partnered creator. The whole reason B-Man is not a partnered creator is because he wants to be, but to be a partnered creator, you have to be a Ubisoft partner, but you can't be a Ubisoft partner unless you're an adult, and B-Man's a kid, so he can't be a partnered creator. It's so funny. He's got like one more year, then he could be a partnered creator, in which I'll be straight up honest, Brawlhalla is probably gonna like hire him on the spot because, oh my gosh, there was like a point in time, dude, they were just all over this man. They were like, oh yeah, B-Man, you're so good at making content. Here, look, here's a B-Man video. Repost a B-Man. I don't know. They loved B-Man. They still do. I'm not even gonna lie. They made like a dev stream and they were talking about like the Ezio downsig because he made a video talking about why he thought it was the worst move. And a lot of people seem to watch it. Egg Soup talked about it. I could be misremembering. Sorry if I am. They brought up B-Man. They were like, yeah, and so we're gonna make changes to Ezio's downsig. B-Man, definitely that's not how they worded it, but something akin to that. And yeah, I think I had some other canceled video ideas. I think I had an idea where I was going to just like break down Legends completely, and I'm talking about like completely, not just gameplay, but like tournament history, their lore, skins, just full breakdown. And I felt like if I did it right, it'd be good. But also I felt a little bad because that's kind of what, okay, B-Man doesn't fully do that. He breaks down like moves and like specific aspects about stuff, But I thought like if I really like tried, I maybe could have like, cause like, I don't know. If I were to talk about like a legend in depth, that's, and like the video were to do good, that is infinite content because there are so many legends in the game. Free content, bro. I could talk about whoever. No, I can't because not every legend's gonna really do good. Content might get repetitive. Okay, never mind. I didn't really think that far. There was other videos I had in mind too. I thought about remaking the Caspian Guide, which if you don't know anything about the Caspian Guide, that was an April Fool's video. That video was so fun to make, kind of. I finished that video in 3 days, but that video took like 8 hours each 3 days to make. But that was like a 10-person collab. I messaged like a bunch of my homies and I was like, yo, do you want to be part of this Caspian collab? And everyone was like, yeah. And I feel bad because Arc JK was supposed to be part of it, but I don't know why I didn't just wait on the dude. He had his part done, but his part, like, I messaged him. I'm sorry, bro. I gotta slow down. I messaged him too soon, or too late, and he didn't have any time to like work on his part. And by the time he was finished, the video was already uploaded, which I feel terrible for because like I felt like he should have definitely got like a key role because he also uses the same setup I do, the Red Plague Knight. But I thought about remaking that video in 2 different ways. I was gonna grab a bunch of more like known content creators, because the Caspian Guide, it was filled with like a bunch of my friends. You probably wouldn't know them because they didn't really have social media at the time. But the second Caspian Guide was gonna have like, I was gonna ask like Swerft if he wanted to be like part of it. I was gonna ask Pavelski, Arc JK. I was gonna give him like a huge role. Like the video was gonna end and then like he was gonna like pop up and be like, "You're not gonna forget me again, Fox Noodle." Like really dramatic, stupid stuff. B-Man was probably gonna be part of it. I was gonna try to get like Vonda. I was gonna get like everybody, bro. I was gonna try my best to get like as many like content creators, because now I wasn't just like a no-name nobody. I had like a name. I could ask people and they'd be like, "Oh, hey, it's Fox Noodles." And then the other Caspian Guide video was gonna be like an actual guide where I try to teach you how to play Caspian. I wasn't how sure that, or gosh, oh my gosh, how good that video would be, because I'm not the best player. My peak was 2500, but like there are like other Caspian players that are probably more fit to teach, like Krivix or Luna. So for me to like try to teach Caspian, I felt was a little bit off. That and like, I don't know, Brawlhalla guides regarding characters is sort of like silly to me, because you're essentially teaching people how to use the SIGs, in which they're not that in depth. Like there's tech and there's tips, but that's it. You don't really need a guide for that. You could do loading screen tips and they teach you as much as like a character guide would. What you really need are like weapon guides. You don't really need it to learn how, like when people in the Brawlhalla server would be like, "Oh, can anyone teach me a Suri?" I could teach you sword and guitars. As for a Suri, that's kind of up to you. You kind of learn how to use those SIGs while you're learning, you know, guitars and sword. And I think there was some other ideas I forgot. I don't know. I had like a lot of ideas. There was another idea actually I just remembered, where I would go through all of the removed maps. I'm talking like test maps, early maps, pre-redesign maps, some test maps that were just like rid of, like Danger Zone. Do you guys remember Danger Zone? And I'm trying to think of what else I really want to say to you guys before I leave Brawlhalla. I'm not sure. I feel like it's gonna bite me in the boot talks later. What I want to do is grab every single like animated background and then just kind of give them to like everybody, because from what I've seen so far, I'm like the only person that has been doing that. In which I'm trying to think like why. And like I think the reason is because like people don't want to put that much effort into like Brawlhalla content, because why should you? Nobody cares about the game. And that's what it really just feels like, is nobody cares. You know, why should I get good at this game? Nobody cares. Why should I make content for the game? Nobody cares. Why should I draw the characters? Nobody cares. Obviously, you shouldn't be thinking about that for like a bunch of stuff. But for this game, I'm starting to not care, and I'm starting to feel like I'm just like wasting my time, and like the game's kind of just this big joke, and every time I'm doing whatever for it, I could be putting my time elsewhere. I feel like the game doesn't really deserve my time and passion, because what it's taught me is I have the ability to do great things, and people are willing to appreciate my work. However, the time and passion and the effort I can give might be better placed elsewhere. I could be doing all this great stuff in other places, and that's kind of what I want to do. That's a huge factor of why I want to leave Brawlhalla. And so what's gonna happen is this BCX 2025, I'm going to the event and I'm going to play. I think a big reason I'm going though is because I get to meet all the fellas again and whatnot. Almost every fella is gonna be at this BCX. We're missing one. We're missing Jules. Oh, Jules, if you could come, every fella would be there. But I'm going to play at BCX. I don't really know how I'm gonna do because I haven't been playing. I'm definitely far from my peak. It's gonna be weird. But I want to try to do good one last time, and then after BCX, I'm putting the game down, and probably for good, because another thing as well is I don't edit for Pavelski anymore. In fact, I just resigned my position because I have another paying job. And if that's the case, I really don't want to edit for other people anymore because I'm really burnt out I've been doing it for Pavelski for a year. And no slack to the dude, but editing doesn't pay crazy. Unless you're working for like the big YouTubers, editing doesn't pay a lot. And it's not Pavelski's fault because he really does want to pay me well. But he can't because the Brawlhalla videos just don't pay that well. But this other thing that I'm working on is also ran by Pavelski, and he has me hired for voice work. I do all of the commentary for it. And that, so far, the first like 3 months of it working has paid equal to what editing has paid me. In which I feel like, you know, in a way the stars are telling me like, dude, why are you editing at this point? I feel like, you know, business people and money people are going to be like, dude, do both. You've just doubled your payment. But I don't have to do both. And I'd be happier only doing one. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I don't exactly want to say, at least just yet, what that channel is. If you figured it out, congratulations. If you want to say what it is, go ahead. I'm not going to tell you directly what it is. Not yet. But just know it's a shorts channel and I voice it. If you think you hear my voice, don't worry. It's not AI. Some guy's not stealing my voice. It's most likely me. And that's my job. That's my job now. And because of that, because I don't have to edit for Pavelski anymore, I don't edit Brawlhalla content anymore, which means I don't even have to have the game installed into my computer. I don't have to interact with the game anymore. The only thing that would probably be related to Brawlhalla is if I need to go back to edit for Pavelski if I'm low on money, because it's definitely gonna happen. People are talking about, you know, my Brawlhalla past and whatever future I decide to go do. Now, if you do that, I'm not gonna be mad at you, just don't be annoying about it. That's all I ask. But then that leads into the question, if I'm not going to be doing Brawlhalla content anymore, what am I going to be doing? Well, I'm not going to be quitting for sure. I definitely want to keep doing YouTube. It's a lot of fun, and I have a lot more time on my hands, and I have a lot of ideas. I don't know if I'm being too ambitious or not, but the main content on this channel will pretty much stay the same. Just it's not going to be about Brawlhalla. It's still video essays. I'm going to be editing them. There's still going to be video essays, and I'm going to be editing them a ton. As for the subject, though, I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm kind of at a dilemma. As you know, in the hated Brawlhalla video, I talked about this Castle Crasher video, and the audio for that video is an hour long. The video is halfway done. However, it's like a year and a half old now. The video's old, and I really don't like the script. I don't like the humor for it. And if I were to finish that video today, I feel like that's what a lot of people they're gonna perceive my content like that, and I don't want my content to be perceived like that. So I was gonna cancel the video, but I had like 4 comments talking about like, oh, dude, a Castle Crasher video, that'd be awesome. Funny enough, Tripped Up was like, dude, you gotta finish that Castle Crasher video. He's a huge Castle Crasher fan, just like me. One of those comments, this guy had like a Red Knight profile picture talking about finish the Castle Crasher video. Of course he wants the Castle Crash. Of course he wants the Castle Crasher video. But that's not what convinced me to go back to it, because I was like, okay, it kind of sucks because a lot of people really want the Castle Crasher video, but like, I'm probably not gonna finish it. My brother DM'd me, which I only find that so shocking because he doesn't like Brawlhalla, so for him to even like be interacting with my content is super nice, but he's probably doing it because, you know, he's my brother. But he seemed to really like the video, and he was like, hey man, yeah, good job. However, that Castle Crasher video, you definitely got to finish that. And I told him like, I don't know, man, I don't really like it. He's like, oh, that sucks. It'd be cool if you did. And I thought about it, and it's like, okay. Because the topic of that Castle Crasher video isn't a topic I've seen anyone talk about or cover in detail. When you think of a Castle Crasher video, you probably think of like the retrospective, you know, Castle Crashers, the years, how the years have gone by. That's not what that video is. The video, it's an hour long, and it's talking about a subject within Castle Crashers I've seen no one talk about. At least not in the detail I'm talking about it. I thought about possibly remaking that video, in which that sounds insane to me because, dude, that video took forever to just get halfway done. There's so much editing in that video. And for me to just start over, bro, re-record everything, grab all new footage, it sounds like insanity. So I'm not going to guarantee I'm going to finish that Castle Crusher video or even remake it, because the other side of the content coin is Roblox content, which might sound a little goofy to you, in which I don't blame you. Roblox, wow, I'm all over the place. Roblox content and Roblox games, they suck. I won't even lie to you. Like the front page stuff, they suck. Still a Brain Rot sucks. Grow a Garden sucks. Roblox Rivals suck. Like, you play them and you're like, okay, I can see why people get addicted to this stuff, but like, I feel so guilty playing this. This is not fun. However, that's not the content or the Roblox games I want to focus on. I want to focus on like the good ones, the underrated ones, the ones that need more, like, they need more talking about. And there's just some games I really want to give my opinion on. And like from a more grounded, mature, calmer view, not like the loud, bright subtitles. There's this guy that kind of already does it. I forget his name, but he looks at Roblox games very critically, and I really like that. He's super entertaining because he looks at Roblox games as if they're games, like just normal games, not like a Roblox game, just a game. Because it's crazy how you even have to describe a Roblox game as a Roblox game. It's because they're so much more different and they don't really feel complete. Something I'd actually call a game on there that is on Roblox would be like Doors. Doors was really good. Doors, Pressure, and what else? What else would I call a game? Okay, I can't think of it right now, but like there's more. And that's what I kind of want to talk about. Fully edited, just fully like in-depth, complete reviews of them, talking about almost everything about, those games. And I feel like that has potential to be super good. And it's a lot of fun because I love Roblox. I've been like playing Roblox for like a decade now, like holy crap. It's either that or variety content, which I feel like variety content definitely wouldn't do as good, and I'd have a lot more fun on Roblox content. So chances are the content is going to switch to Roblox. Don't bet on it though, because I'm still thinking about it. There's possibly more fellas content. If you don't know, I've had a second channel. It doesn't get too many videos, but it's me and the fellas just goofing off. Those videos are fun to make, but there's not a ton of them because they're like priority number 3. Pavelski's videos were priority number 1, then my video was priority number 2, and then the fellas video was priority number 3. It was that low on the list. Those videos aren't really meant for you, to be honest. They're meant for me and my friends because they're just fun to laugh at, because it's like a bunch of clips that, we all experience. They're just memories, essentially, and I just edit them to be, more entertaining. Maybe more of those. If I try to take that serious, that could maybe blow up, but I don't see that blowing up, but my friends like them, so I'm probably not going to stop. And then a possible third channel of me just playing Roblox games, but like playing them, like gameplay, but also same deal as this channel, where it's a lot more of a grounded view. Maybe I say a swear word here and there. Maybe not as catered to kids as most Roblox content. Definitely. Still thinking about it though, because I have ideas, but I'm not entirely sure just yet. And I think that's everything I want to talk about. This audio is, it's an hour long. So I really don't want to be pretentious, because I think making everything all dramatic, I mean, the thumbnail was the most dramatic thing I could think of. But yes, I am leaving Brawlhalla, and it's a big deal in my eyes because I've been playing this game for an extremely long time. I've met so many good, great people from it. I've learned so many skills, and without Brawlhalla, I probably wouldn't be here, because you guys supported me, and because you guys supported me, I got a job as an editor, in which I have a portfolio on my back that I can just show to people to possibly get more editing work if need be. People now take me serious. My mom takes this once a hobby thing. Now she takes it serious and is encouraging me to do it. My dad is doing the same thing. My brother is now doing the same thing. My friends are doing the same thing. And I have you guys to thank. Thank you so much. My grandma is doing the same thing, bro. It is so heartwarming. My grandpa! I don't know anything about my grandpa, and he supports me, bro. So, thank you. I truly mean it. And I don't know how to make it sound more sincere without saying it in like different ways you've probably heard from other YouTubers, but I truly appreciate what you've done for me, and I want to give back by creating more stuff. That is definitely my purpose on this earth, is to create, no matter what it is. It's videos, drawings, voice work, whatever it is, I want to create, and I hopefully can do that for the rest of my life. Thank you for watching my Brawlhalla stuff. Thank you for supporting it, for criticizing it, for commenting, you know, watching all. It's just been so great. But yeah, during that like year-long absence, I kept receiving DMs from people talking about like, hey man, I love your videos. And it's crazy because I'm surprised people still remembered my name and were like willing to reach out to talk to me. That was so heartwarming and definitely kept me inspired to keep working on my video, because dude, it was so hard to work on it because my job was to edit Pavelski videos, so I'm editing, right? And after you're done with work, you kind of don't want to work anymore or like look at work. So after my shift of editing Pavelski videos, I'm now gonna go continue to edit. It was just so discouraging, and I was so busy, and I was like, dude, this sucks. I want to work on my video. And I finally did. I finally finished it, but definitely what kept me going was all the DMs I received from people. It was crazy too. I commented on a video and some guy was like, yo, it's Fox Noodles. Bro, what? That was crazy. And it's just so nice because I felt like I truly didn't waste my time with making content. People truly cared about my stuff, and thank you so much. It is so kind and heartwarming. You guys are truly too kind. So what I hope is whatever I move on to, you guys would follow. I understand if you don't want to because you like Brawlhalla, and it's fine. But just give my new content a shot. If you like it, incredible. If you don't, that's okay. But just give it a shot because I'm going to put as much passion as I can into that content. As for Brawlhalla, I hope the game evolves into something greater. The game is fine, but it can definitely be a lot, just more good. Amazing word choice. It saddens me to even dip from this game, but also at the same time, I'm kind of excited to see what happens next. So hopefully I said everything I wanted to say. Hopefully this doesn't take too long to make, and hopefully you guys watched all the way through. Thank you so much for everything, and I'll see you in the next video after BCX, because I'm probably not gonna make a video until then. I'll be straight up honest with you. Best to you all.